ask yourself, how are you different? Are you different because of the type of people you serve, because of the way you serve them? Are you qualified to serve them in a very interesting way? How does your own story factor into how you present your point of differentiation? Is being different really boxing you in and limiting your prospects? Or is it bringing clarity to the people you can help in such a way that those exact people will wait in line to work with you?
Welcome to Be Bold Branding, where we discuss the power of differentiating yourself through your own unique story and standout personal brand.
Today, we're going to talk about how to brand without boxing yourself in. You see, most people,
important.
It is. And most people think of branding as, putting yourself and your story out there in a very authentic way. And while that may be very true, the biggest benefits of branding are actually focus and clarity. But that's only if you want to make money with your brand. If you don't worry about it. Right? Now, most people,
don't matter what you do. Then.
it won't matter at all. Most people do understand the need to focus your business and be clear about what you do, of course, but few people actually do that effectively. That's because many of them believe that a focused brand will just box them in. We hear those words a lot. Mm-hmm. Today, we're hoping to change your mind about this so you can present yourself and your business in a way that gets you noticed. In order to create a brand that showcases who you are and what you offer without boxing you in, there are 4 questions you need to ask yourself.
Yeah, drum roll, please. The first question that you need to ask yourself is, what is that thing I want to be known for? This may sound pretty straightforward, but you'd be surprised how many people give vague answers to this question. They don't really know how to answer it. They don't do the deep dive to figure it out. I want to be known for coaching C-suite executives, or I want to be known as a personal development coach. Do you know how many of those exist? Believe it or not, that sounds poignant, but it's not.
No, It's only the beginning. So then people say, okay, I want to be the go-to coach for personal branding. I meant personal development. Then we say, okay, well, what type of personal development? For what type of prospects? What do they do? What do they desire? What phase of life are they in right now? Why is personal development so important to them? Those are just the first few questions, because those questions could go on and on and on. So we ask you, is it really boxing yourself in to answer those types of questions? No, it's about focusing on who you want to help and why.
Mm-hmm. The second question is, how am I different from those who are also known for that? Okay. If you do the first one, you've already set yourself way ahead of the game. All right. If you go to the second one right here, though, you're doing even better. Answering these questions we get asked will get you started. Okay. But you have to go deeper in order to stand out in today's world. Tony Robbins has been the top personal development coach in the world for decades and decades and decades. But Tony started before the internet even existed, and there were not many competitors in this space. He's sort of like, there always has been, but it was very hard to know them back then. Now with the internet, you can just put that in there in a Google and you'll get like 1 billion different people that'll come up, right? Today, he'd have a much more difficult time building the following that he has and the brand that he has, because he never niched. He didn't have to. There's far more competition that are just a click away now. And today he'd have to be a lot more focused and say, I'm the personal development coach that.
Mm-hmm. He'd have to articulate how he's different from all the other personal development coaches. So ask yourself, how are you different? Are you different because of the type of people you serve, because of the way you serve them? Are you qualified to serve them in a very interesting way? How does your own story factor into how you present your point of differentiation? Mm-hmm. So again, ask yourself, is being different really boxing you in and limiting your prospects? Or is it bringing clarity to the people you can help in such a way that those exact people will wait in line to work with you?
Mm-hmm. Number 3, how do I express how I'm different? Okay, now this is sort of big, because now you've decided what's different, and now you're going to have to figure out how to express that. Once you determine how and why you're different, and of course, who you're trying to attract, then this part's the easier part. In fact, it's so easy that this is where most people start the branding process. Hear what I'm saying? This is where they normally start the branding process. They should have started it 2 questions ago, okay?
Right.
Because if they start here, it does go wrong. Most people start with developing a logo, getting their photo shoot, and creating their social channel websites. Like we call this like the 3 amigos, right? And you cannot start there. You got to back up and start with question 1 and question 2.
Yeah. But let's face it, it's easy to skip the hard part, right? I mean, you go straight to dessert on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, that's the best part, right? They skip it because they're not answering the first 2 questions. And that's when the result is, oh no, I look like everybody else in my space. Can't tell you how often we hear that too. It's like, I don't know if there's really anything special about me out there. I think I just kind of look like everybody else in my space. So the takeaway with this one is you can only express how you're different after you have defined how you're different. Repeat that for me.
You can only sell how you're different after you define how you're different.
That's right. Put Michael on the spot there.
Okay, number 4, how do I sell that difference to the people who need me? We all deserve to be paid for our expertise. Please tell me you're charging for your expertise, because you should be.
If not, none of this matters. You
Right.
can just go ahead and, skim through all the other stuff in your feed.
Listen, if you're not going to charge for all of this, you just skip all 3 of the questions we just talked about. But I mean, if you want to make money at this thing, then you got to do this, right? We all deserve to be paid for our expertise. But think about it like this. If you don't define that expertise clearly, then there's no expertise to be perceived, right? Okay. Selling your expertise is also much easier when you know how and why you're different. Then the selling part is just about finding the people who have experienced the same challenges as you and offering them a solution that helps them overcome those challenges. Again, it's not about boxing you in. It is about setting the ball on the tee aimed directly at the flag of the 18th hole of the Masters. Like that is it. That is going directly towards where you want to achieve success.
Exactly. So let's recap those, okay? In terms of how to brand without boxing yourself in, question number 1 is, what is it that I want to be known for? Okay. Question number 2, how am I different from others who are also known for that? It's not enough to just be known for something. It's how are you different in being known for that? Number 3, how do I express how I'm different? And number 4, how do I sell that difference to the people who need me? You answer those 4 questions and you are headed in the right direction.
And by the way, if you feel like your brand could use some clarity, and especially if you're involved in different projects, potential revenue streams, that things sitting on the shelf getting dusty, does this sound familiar to a lot of you coaches out there? You put the hard work into a couple of projects and then they're just sitting there and you're like, hey, I need to monetize these things. Then you need to join our Facebook group. All right. We started this years back to help people unravel this mystery because we found ourselves in the same spot. And we thought, okay, we want to be around like and kind, and we want to be talking to people who are doing what we're doing. And so we can all collaborate together. It's called Build Your Business Star Brand. So join that Facebook group and join the discussion on how to unravel some of these things and stand out in a world of, coaches joining the internet stream every day in droves. And how are we going to make ourselves stand out and stay relevant and make a lot of money doing what we're doing? And that Facebook group's for you.
And if you don't want to be in the sea of sameness, subscribe. How you like all that alliteration?
I like that.
That's part of the branding process. If you don't want to be in the sea of sameness, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll continue to bring ideas like this to you and help you hone in, focus, and bring some clarity to your brand.
That's it, guys. And hey, be bold about it. We know prosperity favors the bold, so we say be bold, especially with your brand. All right? We're coming on 2023, and we're excited about it. We want to see you in the Facebook group. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Brought to you by BrandFace, the only comprehensive personal brand building system across the globe.